Hello and welcome to my channel. Say hi to a happy day. In this channel, I would like to share tales and stories I personally picked and or my kids' favorite book stories. Let's enjoy listening while I read to you a story, Linnea's Almanac, January. Hi, my name is Linnea. I am named after the Linnea, a little pink woodland flower. I'm no woodland flower though. I'm an asphalt flower. I live right in the middle of the city, but I love plants and flowers and everything that grows. So a city isn't such a great place for someone like me, right? Wrong. All over my room, things are growing. My friend Mr. Bloom taught me all about flowers. He's a retired gardener who lives in my building. Mr. Bloom has a green thumb. It's not actually green. That just means he's good at making things grow. For Christmas, I got a book called The Old Farmer's Almanac. I use it almost every day. It tells you what time the sun will rise and set, when you can see the moon and the planets, and when to expect a comet. There is a weather forecast for the whole year, with dates for the first and last frost. You can write down what the weather is really like and see if the book is correct. And now, I'll tell you about some of my year, what I did, and what I observed. Seasons are not the same everywhere. The farther south you are, the earlier spring comes, for example. But this is what it's like where I live. When it's cold and snowing outside, I always wonder how the birds will find anything to eat. This year, I decided to help out by opening a bird restaurant. There are different things on the menu, but once I start, I've got to keep it up all winter because the birds get used to it and forget how to find food themselves. I wonder who will come to my restaurant. Remember, never stop feeding the birds until winter is over. But don't start too early either, because then you might fool some migratory birds into staying, and they can't stand the cold. I usually start around Christmas time, a little earlier if it's really cold. In the city, you can't put out food for the birds on the ground. Then the rats come, so I feed them from my window. Bird houses aren't as good as bird feeders, where the birds can sit around the edge without getting their droppings into the food. Bird droppings can spread diseases, such as salmonellosis, food poisoning, that birds most often die of. Seeds for a feeder are sold at plant nurseries, pet stores, or supermarkets. Feeders have to be refilled every now and then. If you think how warm a down jacket is, then you'll understand how warmly dressed birds are with all their down and feathers. But the smaller a bird is, the more it has to eat to survive the winter. A little bird has to eat twice its weight every day. That much fuel is needed to keep its tiny body warm. In the winter, food is hard to find. There are no insects, they're sleeping. No seeds, they're buried under the snow. And no water, it's turned to ice. That's why many birds fly to warmer places for the winter. But some stay in spite of everything. They've learned survival tricks such as moving into the city and getting on bird welfare in the parks and by the water where they are fed. I usually go to one place where the water never freezes. 7 sacks of food are put out for the birds there every day during the colder months. But the sacks are not filled just with breadcrumbs. That would make the birds sick. Bird seed, suet, and lime are added so the birds will get their vitamins. I usually bring my own bag with fresh bread, boiled potatoes, chopped white cabbage or lettuce, and bird seed. Some birds are marked with a numbered band on one leg. That way you can see if the same bird returns year after year. One swan came back every year for 20 years, but that was a record for swans. Feed water birds in the water. Don't try to get them to come up on land when they can be run over. The end. I hope you enjoyed listening to the story Linnea's Almanac, January. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to listen to more of our favorite book stories. See you soon!